Hey everyone, how you doing? So I brought you outside today. I got something cool I want to show you. A new toy to play with and test out. You know, I've been looking for a Puukko style knife for a while. I've been going around checking out different brands like Kellam and a few others that are kind of hard for me to pronounce. But in my search, I've discovered a knife company called Kellam. You know, it's not an uncommon company. A lot of people know of this company, but in my research, I've discovered that Kellam actually has a bunch of different makers that make knives for them, and they sell them under the Kellam name. At least that's as far as I understand it. I could be wrong, but after checking it out, I've discovered that there's a few companies out there that actually make these knives. And anyway, I picked one up. I'm going to give you a quick look at it. It is the Kellam Puukko. Right, so we're going to go over some specs and some first thoughts on it. I did shoot an unboxing video, but I didn't like it. But I am going to show you a few things of the initial sharpness right out of the box, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So stick around. Comes with a nice leather sheath in a traditional style, and it's got a got a little snow on there. Got a nice kind of a braided or twisted loop to hang from your belt. Hangs pretty nice. I'll give you a look at that right now. So sheath does hang quite nicely. The good thing about danglers is that if you go to sit down, the knife will follow you. The bad side about danglers, I find, is that if you try to pull your knife out and it's a tight retention like this one, you can still pull it out like this, but if you've got one hand that's already occupied, it's going to cause you a little bit of trouble. But all things considered, seems to work nicely, but the retention is pretty hard, so you can't really pop it out with one hand at all. So it does have the Kellam mark right here, and it has the Puukko kind of stamped into the leather. My thoughts on the sheath, seems to be very good retention, as you can hear. Almost no rattle, so that's kind of nice. But I think enough about the sheath. Let's take a look at the knife. All right, so here we go. The Kellam Puukko. Overall length is 8 inches and a quarter. The blade length is 3 3/4 inches long. All right, and the blade thickness is 1/8 thick. The total weight of the knife and sheath together is 4.3 ounces, and the weight of just the knife is 3.2 ounces. It's made out of carbon steel. It has a brass bolster, some kind of liner there, and then the material of the handle is curly birch, stained. I was kind of worried about the curly birch before in the beginning. I thought that it may have been finished too much and be kind of slick, but it seems to be kind of grippy. The curly birch has quite a nice pattern on it. I'll give it a little rotate here. Yeah. It actually kind of, when you grab it, it kind of sticks to your hand almost like Velcro. It's quite soft, but it's been I don't know. It's kind of very grippy. Like, it really doesn't move at all. And the fit and finish on here, on the handle itself, is really quite nice. It's the bolster to the little liner there, and then into the wood. You can't even grab anything with your nail. And then on the back end here, it's been peened with this little cap or whatever you want to call that. I don't know what you call that, butt plate or whatever, but it seems to be quite nice. The powder coat on the tip, on the top here, I'm not really sure if it's going to affect the ferrocerium rod, but if I can't strike a ferro rod, I'll be sanding that down a little bit. So my first impressions on the knife were, I like the look of it. I think it's a great looking knife. A lot of these Scandi style knives, they tend to lend themselves to carving really well. They're excellent carvers, actually. I actually carved almost a whole cuxa with a more companion. So I'm looking forward to see this out there. It does have the retention on the sheath is a little bit tight. I'm hoping I can find a way to remedy that. I have put this on a strop since, since I got it. I do have a couple of clips I want to show you about the initial sharpness, so we'll take a look at that right now. Found myself a nice fuzzy patch. Look at that. No weight on that blade either. That's straight out of the box. So by far, guys, this is the sharpest production knife I've ever had, straight out of the box. It was hair popping sharp, as you saw, sliced through paper like it wasn't even there. I wasn't even trying to aim it properly or slice it properly. I was just kind of like whipping it right through it, and it was just chopping it up. So it came really sharp. It does have some kind of powder coat on the top of it. I don't know how that's going to be for striking a ferro rod or whatever, but we'll have to take a look at that when I do the field test in this. So the grip on this is pretty good. It's pretty comfortable. It fits my hand. I don't know if you can see that. It fits my hand quite nicely. It does go from end to end, but my hand fits in that spot perfectly. So I can really, if I wanted to shave something, I can really choke up in there and give it a good working. There is one thing that kind of bothered me a little bit. I'll give you a close-up of this right now. It's the bevel is kind of uneven on the tip. So I'm gonna give you a look at this. All right, I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite a bit off on the tip. You'll see where it starts there. We'll rotate it over slightly. See, it's quite a bit up there. It's not perfect, but it is razor sharp and it does the job. So hopefully it doesn't cause me too much problems with cutting, making the knife drift or not left and right. Okay, so you've seen the knife. My first impressions on it so far, it definitely looks like it has a lot of potential. I am kind of partial to these Scandi style knives, although this is my first Puukko. I've been a diehard Moore user for quite some time now. So you know, my first thoughts: the sheath. I think it's very. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work just fine. The retention tightness, I think it'll probably loosen up over time anyway. So I think maybe I'll just leave it as is. The handle is very comfortable. I like the way the knife looks. I think it'll be great for you know, for carving projects, which is something I really do like to do. And all things considered, I think it's going to be a great knife. It's kind of a shame that the bevel is off on the tip. I think if you're paying $100 for a knife, it should be you know, the bevel should be bang on. But besides that, we'll have to get out and field test it soon. So first impressions, I'm definitely liking it. So I just can't wait to give it a try and see if we can carve something with it. So and see what else it can do. So you guys take care. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you liked this introduction to the Kellam Puukko, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care. Get out, explore.